Each year, when there are Australia Day celebrations around the country, what's the impact of that on you as a proud Aboriginal man?
Many things. Mixed emotions, but importantly, proudness that I am of Aboriginal heritage. And when I say the other words, mixed emotions, it's proudness, it's sadness, but for me, it's acknowledging my history from where my clan group comes from in central Queensland, the Bidgera Nation. It's having those cultural values and understanding our history and the ability to acknowledge and work in partnership and having friends that are non-Indigenous. So it's, mixed emotions, but more importantly, it's, soldiering on and moving forward in my own healing and acknowledging that we are a proud nation, but also white Australia has a black history, and that certainly has to be acknowledged.
Yeah. So many Australians are of the view that Australia Day should more appropriately be named Invasion Day. What can non-Aboriginal people do to meaningfully show solidarity with their Aboriginal brothers and sisters on this issue?
I'm going to go back to 1998, the year of Australia's bicentennial, where it was a very pivotal moment where Black Australia come together with white Australia and walked across the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And that was a turning point in our black history because we acknowledged that there were many supporters of our cause for not only native title, but also how do we support our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander and South Strait Islander people from all around our beautiful country, many nations. And so that was a real turning point to send a strong, clear message to the governments that be, but also to everyday Australians that, hey, yes, we can celebrate, well, you can celebrate Australia Day, but also how do we celebrate our survival and our resilience as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people around our history prior to colonisation. So people have a choice whether they celebrate or whether they don't celebrate. But it's really important in this current day and age in our political climate to really have your voice heard and to join the national conversation around how do we support Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultural business, and then how do we platform locally, state and nationally when it comes to healing for our people. Of course, from that colonisation, there's been many impacts on our culture, on our language, and on our living. But more importantly, it's how do we look at intergenerational harms and the impact of colonisation on our people, and then how do we as a people continue to move forward strong and resilient.
Great. And finally, what will you be doing on the day this year?
I'm actually going to be working at Relationships Australia. I'm very proud of that. It's a quiet practice, but certainly it's a reflection time for me in my practice as a practitioner and as an Aboriginal community member, a community member here in Canberra. So I'll be actually working. I won't be celebrating. I will be reflecting on my own cultural identity, making myself stronger to venture out into the community and to do the work that is needed to be done. Just having a small impact can be a big impact in terms of us being Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander counsellors, supporting the community as much as possible and to plant that seed that was planted many, many years ago by our ancestors around healing, creating a safe space, and acknowledging that yes, I have my practice as a practitioner, but also I have my own cultural practice as well, and that comes with values, ethics. How do I fit into a mainstream organisation as a practitioner, and then how do I continue with sharing my knowledge, my skills, and my stories in that realm of reconciliation. That's really beautiful. That's very powerful.
Leslie, thanks so much for sharing in such an open-hearted way on an issue that's so sensitive and so deep in your heart. Thank you.
Thank you.